What's going on, guys? Dustin with Custom Offsets, Custom Offsets TV on the YouTube. Today I'm here with Junior.
What up?
And we got a spicy one today. Like, mayonnaise. What the fuck? What is going on back there?
I don't know.
I think Bankers finally lost it.
Me.
Anyway, we're back with another video.
Oh, we're not just gonna redo this?
We're just gonna run with it. Let him splice it together and make some movie magic with it. So today we've got a spicy one. We are covering the 2021 truck trends. Now before
if we're doing this, I want 2020 truck trends right here. 2021 truck trends.
Boosh, 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 boosh. And then can we like stretch them out and then bring them back in?
Oh, all right.
Cole's gonna hate us. It's fine. Anywho, now before we jump into it, I know what you guys are saying. It's already basically April. I think by the time this video goes up, it will be April. We get it. However, with the state of the world the last 9 months and no SEMA happening in 2020, we opted to wait on this video for the specific reason of we wanted to get out there, kind of see what was going on before we made any long-term predictions for the year. So we did go to Lone Star Throwdown.
Yep.
Got a good feel for what we thought's going on down there, and we're gonna jump into that today. So
let's do it.
Before we do that, wheel tire suspension performance. Whoa, no, get out of here. CustomOffsets.com, all your truck parts. You already know it. Now we can jump into it.
Adjustable lifts.
Adjustable lifts. So this is one I think that we saw, or at least I thought we saw way more of than I expected to at Lone Star Throwdown.
Yeah, and it seems like a lot of companies, like McGoy's was kind of the first one to be like doing like the 7 to 9s type of thing, and for some reason you're seeing a lot more of them now. I don't know if it's just because like how trucks are made nowadays where the coilovers are adjustable, and so it makes it easy to have a range to the lift kits, or is the technology used for them, like torsion keys you can crank up, so your 7 can be a 9
Yeah,
type of thing.
correct.
I don't know exactly why all of this is kind of becoming the new norm, but it's like you're definitely seeing a lot more of them.
I think it's because a lot of it is guys want leveled trucks. They don't want to sit either squatted or raked, or they want to sit true level front to rear. And so before it was, okay, well, I'll buy a strut spacer for the front and I'll space that in the front. But a lot of companies are like, hey, why would you do that? We can just sell you an adjustable kit that you can do it, you know?
It kind of has it built in then.
On top of that, I think it's the play of your general lift kit manufacturers trying to get on the same level as like, that's so loud out there. But I think it's a play on a lot of your regular lift kit manufacturers trying to get on the same board as like your Keldermans or your Any Levels or the guys that have true adjustability. You know, they're trying to play in that market space without having a ton of cost, because a Kelderman kit's what, $4 grand, $6? It's a lot.
I think it's more than that, but yeah, right.
And then in airbags and airlines and all that fun stuff. So Any Levels even more than that. So I don't know. It'd be interesting to see. It's definitely cool to see adjustable lifts and see guys that are like that first gen that was done at LST that was just,
oh God, yeah.
You know, it's tooted up as a mother with a hood stag. It's pretty dope.
Yeah.
So cool.
22x12s are the new normal. 26s, not so massive anymore.
Yeah, it does.
Yes, it does.
It does if you don't think about it.
Yes, but also think about it.
Think about not thinking about it. But then it will make sense if you don't think about that.
But anyway, so the next one I think we got to cover here is that 20x12s are not a big wheel anymore.
No.
And even 2212s are almost
like the minimum.
They're like normal.
Yeah.
You know, it's like with a lot of trucks coming with, I think all the big 3 now are coming with 20x8 or 20x9s from the factory. You know, a 20x12 isn't a flex anymore like it was a couple years ago.
No, because you're not going bigger than factory at that point. You're going wider, but not taller. So at that point, 22s are what you want at least.
Yeah, so I think you're gonna see a lot of 22x12s, 24x12s. You know, I know we've seen those sizes kind of tick up the last couple of months here, and then.
But even with like the 14 wides though, jumping into like the 26s then. So 24, 14, if you're going with the big size, that's kind of like where it's at. But then like even 26s don't seem overly huge anymore. I'm running 26 14s with 35s, which seems like a rubber band setup where the wheels should look massive, and it looks like normal.
Yeah. It's almost normal by today's standards, which is wild to me because it wasn't that long ago that a 20-inch wheel was like, oh, he's got 20s, dude, watch out. You know, a TIS was founded on 20 inches strong. Like that, it's crazy, you know? You're seeing a lot of 30x14, 30x16 now even on some of the big show trucks. So it's like, where are we gonna be in 5 years? Or 42s?
Electric vehicles.
Alternative tire choices.
So this is one that I think we've seen probably better than anyone with the shift of the tire market. If you guys didn't know, right now there's a lot of weird stuff happening in the tire industry with some anti-dumping taxes and stuff like that are really shaking up the game in terms of tire manufacturers in the market. So some of your OGs that have been there forever are starting to transition out, and you're seeing some newer brands. Venom Power is one that I think we've seen blow up, you know, in the last couple months, or Versatire, guys like that are coming to market with directional tires that look really good, come in cool show sizes, you know. It's gonna be an interesting year, I think, for a lot of that.
But at the same time too, you're seeing a lot of, it's still like the MTs or the hybrids, right?
Yes.
You're not seeing like the ATs. When 20x12s are big, it was like the AT3s or something like the AT2s at the time.
AT2 at the time, yeah.
That were like the big thing to have and everything like that. And so now seeing that it's still the hybrids, which kind of have been prevalent in the last couple of years. Like that is what it is, but it's right. It's those companies that are kind of like your one-offs, but they're being smart about it. They're introducing like show sizes. They're not just doing like, oh, here's a 33, 12.5 for you to stretch on your 22x14s. It's like, no, here's a 33x14.5 for your 22x14s. So
yeah, and I think that's where you're gonna see those guys shine, is the weird size. Venom Power does a great job of this because they're a really square tire, right? And when you look at them, they're 12, like if you take their 12.5 wide, on a 12 wide, it is flush on the edges, you know. Or Versatire is coming in with those really unique and niche sides, the 36x14.5 R26, or R24, excuse me, which was an unheard of tire size until a few months ago. You know?
Pretty cool.
So yeah, that's what you're gonna see. I'm calling it now, is a lot of that. That market's gonna continue to grow because guys are looking for that really unique stuff. Want bigger than 35s, can't run 37s. 36, 14.5 it is.
Forged wheels.
They're everywhere.
This is a fun one though. This, I think, when we talk forged wheels in 2021, you have to say it with a caveat, right? The market has
Isn't
done
that like a snail
what?
that you eat?
That's caviar?
That's what you said.
That's not a snail.
It's like a sushi.
It's
Sturgeon
an
eggs.
egg.
Oh,
yes.
well, there you go.
And you eat it on like crackers, I guess. I'm not fancy enough for that.
So if you run forces,
you're eating caviar. Perfect. Yeah, caviar. But I know that the forge industry is in a really unique situation right now. You're seeing a lot of forge was dying and was dying very quickly, right? And now it's almost like you see all these little, and I say little, but these smaller startup forge companies that are popping up everywhere. And it's done some really unique things in the market. It's made it very competitive, you know? It used to be Force and Specialty Forged, and that was it. And now you have Liberty Forged and JTX Forged and KG1, and I heard the guys over at HD Alloys have some really cool stuff going on too. They've got some forged wheels coming. So it's gonna poise that forged wheel market to be in a really interesting state this year.
Yeah, and I don't know how I feel about it, because there's a lot of smaller companies, which makes it good because not everyone's running the same wheels all the time then.
Correct.
But at the same time, some of these the styles aren't overly crazy, it's just a different brand or something like that, you know? So there's some that are really sick and dope out there, but I don't know, it'll be interesting to see how it plays out, I guess.
And it's gonna be so strange with, you know, because Force makes literally every design under the sun, because they've been in the market for 30 years, you know?
Yeah.
So it's definitely gonna be a struggle to see some of those guys have to, or you know, find their way or find their niche in the market and what makes them work. So it'd be cool to see.
Rock lights.
Dude, rock lights, never gonna die.
Rock crawling?
No, for not rock crawling, for
mall
crawling.
The opposite of rock crawling.
Yeah.
Facts.
I
mean, there's not even just the rock lights, but the fact that people are putting 24 of them under their trucks and stuff. Do you need that many? When does it get to a point where you've covered all of the light, the dark spots under your truck, and you just have more because you can, not because it's actually helping with brightness?
Banker won't let me put any more than 12 under my truck.
I mean, you don't need more
He
than
told
12.
me that I could only get 8. And I was
If you do
really
8
mad.
with some wheel rings, I feel like you're okay.
Yeah, that's definitely what we're doing, is 8 and wheel rings. I don't know, I just find it super cool. My inner 2003 Fast and the Furious fanboy loves the fact that rock lights are not going away, and are, if
But
anything,
here's the thing,
gaining
though,
momentum.
They're all white, it seems like it's turning to. It used to be the RGB.
That's true.
Or RGB plus W, because you'd actually have a true white. Now it seems like, because you can run them all the time. The cops aren't gonna harass you. It's a neutral color, so it'll go with pretty much anything your build looks like. And if you get 30 of them, you just have a spaceship.
Yeah, there's nothing more to say about it than that. I'm super excited. I love rock lights. I cannot wait for them to continue to just be prevalent, present.
You know what I'm excited for?
Persistent per something.
Have them on the dually, have them on the Bronco. Ideally have them under the trailer, but I don't have a trailer yet, so nix that one off.
Well, I mean,
and
you can
then
buy
run them all at once at night. Like, it literally be a giant UFO shuttle bus thing going down the road.
Listen, I'm so happy that does the internet know you bought a dually? Is that a thing?
I bought a dually.
Yeah, Junior bought a dually. We're gonna build it. Anyway, it makes me so happy that someone else is super excited to tow shit around. Because I thought I was the only one, and now there's another, and it's pretty cool. I'm excited.
Dually builds.
No way. Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
So speaking of which, dually builds. So when we were at LST, obviously everyone down there, like, the weather's way nicer. So
Yeah,
you can
for
have
real.
nice vehicles pulling nice vehicles. You can run your nice vehicles all year round. Some of the dually tow pig builds in the parking lot were cooler than some of the vehicles in the show
Yeah,
itself.
for real. You see them all over the place, and it's not just, it used to be like slam dualies only, and now you're seeing guys that are like buying dualies, throwing 4 to 6 inches of lift on them, putting them on 35s or 37s with like 24-inch forces, and then they'll throw a gooseneck behind it and tow their Super Duty like ours down the road. It's freaking nuts.
So sick.
I love it so much. I'm low-key a little jealous that you bought a dually. If you can't tell, I love my LBZ, but it's no dually, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. It's cool, and dualies are one of those weird things, right? Where like the setups are kind of goofy, the numbers don't make any sense, and all of this stuff.
Yeah.
But like, it's definitely on like the uprising as like the new cool thing almost to have is like a tow pig to go with your show build is to have like a dually setup.
Trying to skate down the road while you're pulling a truck skating down the road, you know? I'm about it. Let's do it.
Starry Night headliners.
Starry Night headliner.
I have been wanting one for the last like 3 years and just haven't had the balls to rip my headliner out and poke a bunch of holes in it. And now you can't go anywhere without seeing 3000.
Yeah, they're everywhere. Yep.
Which is kind of a good and bad thing. They were unique at the time because it was like more car side of things that would do it, like VIP style builds, not trucks.
Yeah.
And now it's like everyone has them to the point where it's like, do I still want to do one? And then I'm like, yeah, I still want to do one.
They're one of those that, like, no matter how many people have them, they're always going to be cool because it's such a, first of all, it's such a flex, right? Drop your headliner out, either take your doors off or send it out your window, either front or rear, because it's pretty much impossible to get the headliner out otherwise. And then painstakingly spend the next 12 hours poking holes through your headliner, running fiber optics cables, gluing them in, then flip it over, cut them all off, and then put it all back together again. It's miserable. I've heard it takes upwards of like 36 to 48 hours.
Biggs did his in like 12 hours, but he has an extended cab with a sunroof. So he had
Yeah.
about this much space to do,
Yeah.
and it still took him that long. It was like a whole weekend project, not just like, I'll do this real quick type of thing.
Yeah, I know a couple of the guys I talked to said they spent an entire weekend on it. But all of that being said, it's still super dope because like you get like the little twinkle, you can do the shooting star thing like the Rolls Royces have. It's cool. I'm all about that.
And it's one of those things you do for yourself, right? Like everything on the outside of the truck, when you're driving it, it's not there for you. But like
Correct.
I feel like Starlight headliners and like a sound system. If you have a halfway decent interior already, having those two things, and it's like you're vibing then, you know, like you're like, it looks dope on the outside. On the inside, you're just like, let's go, and you're just cruising.
You're just
like,
booling down the road,
yeah.
you know, leather seats and heated seats, and I'm just trying to pick all the things that the LBZ has that your truck doesn't.
Cloth seats that are worn down, with a cigarette holder too.
Whoa! Well, I mean, it has character, right? You know, it's like Bill dropped that cigarette on the dash
In
after-
1997.
Yeah, after he came over the turnpike and hit a bump with a load of concrete on the back, you know? You know that's a true story. That's how it happened, I promise. I get this picture, just patting the seat, you know? All right, guys, well, there you have it. There is our take on the 2021 truck trends. What do you think? Did we miss one? Let us know down in the comment section below. And as always, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you can keep up with all the truck content that we're making.
Peace.
Peace.